Among the brightest years ever entered in the baseball book was 1951. It marked the 75th anniversary of the National League. The American League celebrated its 50th anniversary. The New York Yankees clinched the American League pennant in the final week of a topsy-turvy season. And the New York Giants staged one of the most courageous and dramatic, inspired by manager Leo Durocher, with a fighting spirit that recognized no odds, won 37 of their last 44 games to gain a permanent tie with Brooklyn on the final day of the season. The Giants won the opener of the playoff series, then dropped the second game. Now it's the third and final game. The Dodgers' Don Newcomb is opposing the Giants' Sal Magley. In the eighth, the Dodgers lead 2-1 and have runners on first and third when Andy Pafko hits one that's too hot for Bobby Thompson to handle. Duke Snyder scores and Jackie Robinson moves to second. Then Bill Cox slams a hit into the left field corner, scoring Robinson, and the Dodgers lead 4-1. Last of the ninth, same score. Giants at bat. Alvin Dark's on first. Don Mueller drills a single past Hodges, moving Dark to third. Whitey Lockman smashes a double to left field. Dark scores. Arriving at third, Mueller injures his ankle, and he's carried out of the game. Lockman's double drives Don Newcomb from the mound. Ralph Franca relieves him. Clint Hartung is in to run for Mueller. 2 runners on base, 1 out. The Giants trailing 4-2. Bobby Thompson up. Franca's first pitch is strike 1. Here's the second pitch. And it's gone into the lower left field stands. A stunning clutch hit, 3-run homer for Bobby Thompson that echoes around the world and wins the National League pennant for the New York Giants. Pandemonium breaks loose in the shadow of Coogan's Bluff. The Polo Grounds is a little world gone mad as Thompson's homer writes an incredible fairyland finish to a breathless and fantastic flag race without duplication in the annals of baseball. This great day for the Giants and their hero Bobby Thompson is a storybook climax of their never-say-die pursuit of a seemingly unreachable pennant. And the lion's share of the credit goes to their manager Leo Durocher, who never admitted defeat in their spectacular rags-to-riches rise to the pinnacle of National League championship. Frenzied adulation and excitement permeate all Manhattan as Durocher and his fighting Giants get ready to meet the New York Yankees in the World Series. Gigantic Yankee Stadium is just 3/4 of a mile across the Harlem River from the Polo Grounds, so the entire series will be played in a square-mile area of New York City. It's the 14th World Series for the Giants, the 18th for the Yankees. 5 times these teams have met before in World Series competition, and the Yankees have a 3-2 edge. In his 3 years as Yankee manager, Casey Stengel has piloted them to 3 American League pennants and 2 world titles. Stengel and the Giants manager, Leo Durocher, meet before game time. The Yankees' ace right-hander, Allie Reynolds, will open on the mound. During the final week of the season, he pitched his second no-hit, no-run triumph of the year. Opposing Reynolds will be southpaw Dave Carslow, who was a vital factor in the Giants' dazzling stretch drive for the pennant. Among the Giants' most illustrious rooters is Mrs. Leo Durocher, known to millions as movie star Lorraine Day. Another enthusiastic spectator is Ford Frick, High Commissioner of Baseball. Also on hand is the new National League president, Warren Giles. William Harridge, president of the American League, is out to root for his side in this classic Battle of the Diamond. League rivalries are silenced for a few minutes, and the great multitude in Yankee Stadium stands reverently united. All attention turned to the raising of the Stars and Stripes. The umpires clarify the ground rules, and the official starting lineups are exchanged. Commissioner Ford Frick throws out the first ball, and the game is officially started. After retiring the first 2 Giants, Allie Reynolds walks Hank Thompson. Monty Irvin slaps a clean single into right field. And Thompson goes into third. With the game only a few minutes old, the Giants are threatening. Whitey Lockman is the batter. He slices a drive that bounces into the left field corner stands for a ground rule double. It scores Thompson and puts Irvin on third. Now Bobby Thompson, the Giants' pennant-clinching hero, is at bat. Here comes Irvin, and he's safe. Monty Irvin is the first World Series runner to steal home in 30 years, and the 7th in series history. The Giants lead 2-0. After 1 out in the Yankee half of the first, Phil Rizzuto burns a base hit off the glove of Alvin Dart. Then Hank Bauer blasts a tremendous drive to left, where Monty Irvin stabs the ball an instant before it clears the fence and robs Bauer of a 2-run homer. That's 2 away and brings up Joe DiMaggio. He pops a high, looping fly to short right center, where speedy Hank Thompson makes a running, sprawling catch to retire the Yankees. In the Yankee second, McDougald hammers a hard drive into the left field corner for a 2-base hit. Then Jerry Coleman bloops a Texas leaguer in short right field, where Hank Thompson bobbles it, and McDougald scores on the error. Now it's Giants 2, Yankees 1. That score still stands in the top of the 5th with only 1 out, when the Giants spark plug, Monty Irvin, finds one he likes and belts it into right center for a triple and his 3rd consecutive hit. But he fails to score. Allie Reynolds retires the next 2 batters in order. In the Giants' 6th, Wes Westrom pulls a low-line single past third. With 1 out, Dave Coslow sacrifices Westrom to second. Stanky works Reynolds for the 3-2 count, then walks. That puts runners on first and second as Alvin Dart comes to the plate. He sees one he likes and fouts a line drive far into the lower left field stand. It's a big 3-run homer for Dart. It scores Westrom and Stanky ahead of him and gives the Giants a substantial lead of 5-1. After Hank Thompson walks, Monty Irvin gets his 4th hit in his first 4 times at bat. That ties the record for hits by one batsman in a World Series game. Thompson moves to third, but there's no further scoring in the inning. The Giants continue to lead 5-1 in the last half of the night. Dave Coslow has pitched brilliantly all the way. He runs out the string on Jerry Coleman, then walks him. Big Johnny Mize, pinch batting for Joe Collins, pops to Dart. Gene Woodling bats for relief pitcher Tom Morgan. Coslow fires a call 3rd strike past Woodling, and it's 2 away. Then Mickey Mantle lifts a high fly to Willie Mays that ends the ball game and a 5-1 win for the Giants that gives them an important 1-0 lead in the series. The men of the hour are Giant hurler Dave Coslow, who had complete control of the game all the way, and Monty Irvin, who had a day at bat in the field and on the bases. That was one of the best individual performances a World Series game has produced. The triple decks of Yankee Stadium are being thronged by 66,018 spectators to witness the second game. Among them are Del Webb and Dan Topping, co-owners of the Yankees. Horace Stoneham, head of the New York Giants. The St. Louis Cardinals' brilliant star, Stan Musial, 5 times a National League batting champion. Yankee southpaw Ed Lopat, who pitched 21 victories during the season, will go on the mound against the Giants' big right-hander Larry Jansen, who collected 23 wins for the year. Mickey Mantle opens the Yankee first with a drag bunt. Jansen makes a great try for it, but takes a tumble as Mantle beats it out. Phil Rizzuto follows with another bunt and beats it out. Lockman throws wildly to Stanky, covering first to third on the error. The next batter, Gil McDougald, loops a single into short right field that scores Mantle, and the Yankees lead for the first time in the series. After 2 outs in the Yankees' half of the second inning, first baseman Joe Collins lofts a floating homer into the lower right field stands. The round trip is Collins' second hit of the series and gives the Yankees a 2-0 lead in the game. It's the Giants' 7th. Hank Bauer's in right field for the Yankees. Leading off, Monty Irvin bangs a single straight through the middle for his 6th hit of the series in 8 trips to the plate. Lockman is the next batter up. He singles to center. Irvin holds up at second. Mays follows with an attempt at sacrifice, but Brown nails Lockman at second. Mays beats Rizzuto's throw to first, and Irvin pulls up at third. With only 1 out and the tying run on base, Westrom walks, loading the bases. Hank Shenz comes in to run for Westrom. Bill Rigney bats for Hank Thompson. Rigney gets hold of one and smashes a sacrifice fly deep to Bauer. Irvin scores and Mays moves to third. Now the Giants trail 2-1, and Lopat is still on the spot. Then Ray Noble, batting for pitcher Jansen, pops up a foul that Yogi Berra gathers in to end the rally in the inning, with 2 Giant runners left on base. Clint Hartung is in right field, Ray Noble is catching, and George Spencer is pitching for the Giants. Bobby Brown opens the bottom of the 8th with a single to center. Billy Martin runs for Brown. Collins is thrown out by Bob Thompson. Then Ed Lopat rams a base hit through the center. Martin tallies. The Yanks lead 3-1. Giant 9th. Jerry Coleman's at second for the Yanks. Irvin leads off with a 1-base blow into left center field. That makes 7 hits for Monty in the first 2 games. Lockman follows with a grounder to Coleman that forces Irvin at second. Willie Mays wraps a grounder to deep third that forces Lockman at second. And Ed Lopat, who has pitched fine ball all the way, is 1 out away from victory. Then Clint Hartung smashes a bounder to Collins, and Lopat takes the toss that rewards him with the 2nd World Series victory of his pitching career. Lopat allowed only 5 hits and 2 walks in the Yankees' 3-1 conquest over the Giants. The series is all tied up. The scene of action moves across the Harlem River to the Polo Grounds, in the lee of Coogan's Bluff for the 3rd game. 52,035 fans, the largest crowd ever to witness a World Series game in a National League ballpark, are gathering in the Polo Grounds. Today, DeRocher is depending on the good right arm of big Jim Hearn against the Yankees' veteran right-hander, Vic Raschi, a 21-game winner during the past season. To Mrs. John McGraw, widow of the immortal Giant manager, goes the honor of throwing out the first ball at the Polo Grounds, and the game is underway. Leading off in the Giants' 2nd, Bob Thompson drills a hit through Brown's legs. It's a 2-base hit for Thompson. Then Mays drives a single into right field that scores Thompson. And the Giants take an early 1-0 lead in the ballgame. The Giants' 1-0 lead still stands in the bottom of the 5th frame. After 1 out, Eddie Stanky walks in a full count. Dark's the next batter. And there goes Stanky. He's caught stealing second, but kicks the ball out of Rizzuto's glove into center field and continues to third on the two-base error. When play is resumed with the infield drawn in, Dark drives a base hit straight away into center field, scoring Stanky. And the Giants have a 2-0 lead. Hank Thompson smashes a hit-and-run single into right field that moves Dark to third. Monty Irvin bangs a sharp one to Brown. Dark is called out at the plate. But Berra drops the ball. Umpire Paparella reverses his decision. The error tallies run number 3 for the Giants. Hank Thompson went to second on the play. Irvin's on first, still 1 away. Whitey Lockman is the batter. He gets set and rifles a low-line drive into the right field stand. Lockman's homer scores Thompson and Irvin ahead of him. Whitey tallies the 5th run of the inning, and the Giants have a commanding 6-0 lead. Lockman's 3-run blast is the end of the line for the Yankee hurler, Vic Raschi. Bob Hogue comes in to take over on the mound and retires the next 2 batters. Going into the 8th, the Yanks still trail 6-0. Rizzuto, the first man up, is hit hard on the right forearm. Gil McDougald then rams a base hit into center field. Rizzuto holds up at second. There's 1 away when Berra taps a slow roller. Hearn has to make the play at first, and both runners advance. Bobby Brown walks to load the bases. Collins works Hearn for a 3-2 count, then walks, forcing Rizzuto over the plate with the first Yankee tally of the game. This 8th pass issued by Jim Hearn brings DeRocha from the dugout. Sheldon Jones is called to the mound, and Hearn takes that same long walk that Raschi took a little while ago. When Jones shuts the door in Bauer's face, 3 men are left in base, and the Yankee threat is over. There's 1 away in the Yankee 9th when Gene Woodling takes his stand in the batter's box. Jones pitches, and Woodling hammers a well-hit drive that clears the right center field wall. Woodling's round trip is the 2nd Yankee homer of the series. After the 2nd out, Gil McDougald follows to Lockman to end the game in a 6-2 victory for the Giants as they take a 2-1 lead in the series. This is the Polo Grounds on Sunday, October 7th. A desolate diamond drowned under torrential rains, and the prospects of another record-breaking attendance went down the drain. The next day, the sun smiles down from a cloudless sky. It's perfect baseball weather. Always on the alert is the excellent press corps, so vital to the color and scope of baseball. The cream of our country's sports writers who report the World Series story to millions of fans back home. The Giants' pitching chore will be in the hands of their tall right-hander, Sal Magley, who won 23 games during the season. Stengel will start with Allie Reynolds, who is making his 2nd appearance on the mound for the Yanks. In the Giants' half of the 1st inning, there's 1 away when Alvin Dark smashes a drive off the left field corner wall for a 2-base hit. On the 2nd out, Dark advances to 3rd. Then Monty Irvin steps up to the plate and clouts a single for his 8th hit of the series. It scores Dark, and once again, the Giants take an early lead. Lockman is up. Irvin breaks for 2nd. Rizzuto leaps to grab Berra's throw, then comes down hard. Irvin's out as Rizzuto completes a dazzling defensive play to nip the Giant rally and close the inning. Gene Woodling opens the top of the second frame with a little blooper that falls just inside the left field line. And it's a two-base hit for Woodling. McDougald follows with a slow roller to Bob Thompson, who boots it. McDougald is safe on the error. Woodling holds second. Then Bobby Brown uncorks a mighty blast that sends Mays ranging far back to haul it in. He slips and falls hard when he tries to put on the brakes, and Woodling jogs easily to third after the catch. McDougald holds first. When Joe Collins lines a base hit into right field, Woodling tallies a tying run. It's 1-1. There's no further score in the inning. With one away in the Yankee fourth, Bobby Brown wraps a grounder to deep short and beats it out for a base hit. Sal Magley runs out the string on Collins, then loses him, and Brown moves to second. There are 2 strikes on Allie Reynolds when he furthers his own cause with a single to center. Scores Brown. Reynolds is caught in a rundown between Dark and Lockman and is tagged out. The Yanks continue to lead 2-1 on the top of the 5th. Yogi Berra, the second man up, punches a base hit into right field. DiMaggio comes into the batter's box. Magley gets set. Joe connects with a solid blow and clouts a mighty 2-run homer into the upper left field deck. It's his 8th round trip wallop in 10 World Series. Berra scores ahead of Joe, and the Yanks go out ahead 4-1. It's their biggest inning in the series so far. Now it's the Giants' half of the 6th inning. Alvin Dark comes up again. He cuts the corner of third base with his 3rd consecutive double of the game, all into the left field corner. This is Dark's 7th hit of the series, and for the 2nd time in the game, he's left stranded on second base. The Yankees still hold their 4-1 lead in the top of the 7th. Sheldon Jones, who replaced Magley in the 6th, is on the mound for the Giants. Scooter Rizzuto leads off and bangs the first pitch for a base hit. After 2 outs, Woodling walks, and Rizzuto moves to second. McDougald is up. Westrom throws to Stanky and traps Rizzuto way off second. Stanky's throw bounces off the Scooter as he arrives at third, and he races home to score run number 5 for the Yankees. Woodling went to second on the error. Then Gil McDougald wraps the single to left. It drives Woodling home with another run that increases the Yankee lead to 6-1. That score still stands going into the last half of the 9th, which Hank Thompson opens with a walk. Then Monty Irvin connects with his 9th hit of the series. Thompson holds up at second. After 1 out, Bob Thompson drills a hit past McDougald into the left field corner. It scores Hank Thompson with run number 2 for the Giants. Irvin goes to third on the play. Then Willie Mays bangs into a double play for the 3rd time in the game. This one erases the Giant threat and ends the contest in a 6-2 triumph for the Yankees. Allie Reynolds went the distance to turn in a fine pitching performance. For the 2nd time, the Yanks have fought from behind to tie up the series. Rogers Hornsby, one of baseball's all-time great batting champions and new manager of the St. Louis Browns, talks with Gil McDougald. The Philadelphia Athletics manager Jimmy Dykes chats with Yankee coach Bill Dickey. On the mound, it'll be Yankee Ed Lopat again opposing Larry Jansen for the 2nd time in the series. In the Giants' half of the 1st inning, Alvin Dark larrups a single into left. It's Dark's 8th hit of the series. Then Monty Irvin steps up to bat and hammers out his 10th hit of the series. When Woodling fumbles it, Dark scores all the way from first. And once more, the Giants are off to a fast start. They still lead 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. After 1 out, Jansen walks both Woodling and Rizzuto. Berra slashes one to Lockman, but forces Rizzuto at second. Woodling takes third in the play. Then Joe DiMaggio singles to short left, scoring Woodling. Irvin kicks the ball around. Berra goes to third, and DiMaggio to second on the error. With first base open, the big Yankee veteran, Johnny Mize, is purposely passed to get at rookie Gil McDougald. The bases are loaded. 2 men are out. McDougald rises to the challenge. And there it goes. A mighty 4-run blast into the upper left field stand. This crushing blow is only the 3rd Grand Slam home run in all of World Series history. McDougald is the first rookie ever to do it. Now the Giants are on the short end of a 5-1 score. In the bottom of the Giants' third, Alvin Dark bangs out his 5th hit in his last 6 times at bat and his 9th of the series, but he's left on base. Now it's the Yankee 4th. Monty Kennedy has replaced Jansen on the mound for the Giants. Woodling's on base with a walk. Scooter Rizzuto is up. He punches a drive that barely clears the wall just inside the right field line. It's a 2-run homer for Phil as the Yankees surge ahead 7-1. The Yankees made it 9-1 in the top of the 6th. In the last half of the 6th, the Giants star, Monty Irvin, singles for his 11th hit of the series. He needs only 1 more to tie the all-time series record. The Yanks collect 4 more runs in the 7th and go into the 9th with an overwhelming lead of 13-1. Now it's the last half of the 9th. After 1 out, Irvin hammers a mighty drive into left center, where Woodling robs Monty of his powerful bid for that record-tying 12th hit. Then Whitey Lockman wraps a high hopper to Rizzuto for the final out. And the Yankees have routed the Giants 13-1. It's a splendid victory for pitcher Eddie Lopak. His second 5-hit triumph gives the Yankees a 3-2 edge in the series. The series moves out of the shadow of Coogan's Bluff and back to Yankee Stadium for the crucial 6th game. The entire baseball world is tense with excitement. Casey Stengel and coach Frank Cressetti talk things over with Ed Barrows, a former Yankee executive. Manager Stengel is counting on Vic Raschi, who lost the 3rd game, to come through today and close the series. Manager Leo DeRocha hopes to tie up the series again. He's pinning his confidence on southpaw Dave Coslow, who won the opener. In the Yankees' first inning, Jerry Coleman singles sharply to center. Berra follows with a smash that hits the right field wall and bounces back so fast that Coleman is held at third. But Berra's in there at second with an extra base hit. When Joe DiMaggio takes his place in the batter's box, he sets an all-time World Series record. This is his 51st World Championship game. Veteran Joe is purposely passed to get at Gil McDougald, and the bases are loaded. When McDougald flies to Mays, Coleman scores, and this time it's the Yanks who take the early lead. There's no further score in the inning. After 1 out in the Giants' 3rd, Raschi walks Dark. Lockman follows with a grounder to Rizzuto, who forces Dark, then doubles Lockman at first. Mays opens the top of the 5th for the Giants with a base hit into center field. With Dave Coslow at bat, a pass ball advances Mays to second. Then Coslow smashes one deep into right field, where Bauer hauls it in. Mays takes third after the catch. Eddie Stanky unleashes a blast that chases Woodling back before he gathers it in. Mays tallies after the catch, and the ball game is all tied up at 1-1. That score continues into the bottom of the sixth. There's one away when Yogi Berra slashes a base hit into the right field corner. Thompson bobbles it. Berra races to second on the error. DiMaggio draws an intentional walk. McDougald is at bat. Kozlo lets loose a wild pitch, and both runners advance. It's the first Yankee threat since the opening frame. McDougald hits a hunchback drive to Thompson that fails to help the Yankee cause, and it's 2 away. Kozlo gets deeper in the hole when he walks Johnny Mize, filling the bases. The last Yankee hope in this inning rides on every pitch as Bauer works Kozlo for the full count. All 3 runners are on the move, and there it goes, a tremendous blow that just misses clearing the left center field fence. Berra, DiMaggio, and Mize cross the plate. Irvin finally gets the ball, and Bauer hauls up at third with a 3-run triple, a crushing blow to the Giants as the Yankees forge ahead 4-1. Bauer fails to score. The score remains unchanged, and Johnny Sain, who relieved Vic Raschi in the 7th, is on the mound for the Yankees when Irvin opens the Giant 8th with another try for his 12th hit, but Woodling steals it from him. There are 2 away when Sain runs out the count on Hank Thompson, then loses him. Westrom follows with a Texas leaguer that falls safely for a single. Davy Williams runs for Westrom. Then Mays works Sain for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. With a tying run on base, Ray Nobley comes up to bat for pitcher Jim Hearn, who replaced Dave Kozlo in the 7th. It's strike 2. Strike 3, cries umpire Ballantyne. And Johnny Sain retires Nobley with 3 pitches to kill the Giant rally and leave 3 men on base. In the Yankee 8th, Larry Jansen is pitching when Joe DiMaggio leads off with a powerful line drive between Mays and Thompson for a double. McDougald bunts, and Jansen's perfect throw nails Joe at third. The Yanks still lead 4-1 going into the crucial 9th inning. Stanky opens it with a base hit down the third baseline. He moves to second when Dark beats out a surprise bunt. And the Giants have a rally going with nobody out. Lockman wraps one towards right, and it's in there. The bases are loaded. Still nobody out. Stengel decides to remove Johnny Sain, and pitcher Bob Kozava makes his first appearance in the series. The great throng is abuzz with excitement. Monty Irvin is the next batter. It's the most crucial moment of his career. He still needs that 12th hit to tie the all-time World Series record. He wallops a long, hard fly ball to Woodling. Stanky scores after the catch, and the other runners advance to second and third. With 1 out, 2 men on, and the Giants trailing 4-2, their pennant hero, Bob Thompson, comes to bat. There it goes. But Woodling hauls it in. Dark scores after the catch, and the Giants still have the tying run on base. Manager DeRocha sends catcher Sal Evars up to bat for Hank Thompson. Evars lines the first pitch to right field, where Hank Bauer saves the game that he won with his triple. In one of the most dramatic, spine-tingling World Series finishes ever recorded, the Yankees defeat the Giants 4-3 and take the series 4-2. The irrepressible National League champions fought it out all the way in a hard-hitting seesaw battle where, in many spots, one base hit could have swayed the balance and reversed the victory. The Yankees had to fight from behind twice in the series to climb up and win their 14th world title in the last 31 years. proud Casey Stengel has managed them to 3 world championships in 3 consecutive years. And thus the record book closes on 1951, one of the most brilliant and thrilling years in all the exciting history of baseball.